Hello everyone, my name is Ailsa and I am here today to talk about how I need to sort my life out. I've been feeling recently like everything is super busy, work is really busy, home is really busy, and yet I come home from work and I'm quite often so tired and the list of things that needs doing is just so much that I just can't be bothered with it. So I sit down and I watch telly. And I get up to make dinner and then I come back and watch more telly and then it's bedtime. And I don't get anything done. And all I'm doing is work and sleep, essentially. And there's no life outside of that. The number of things that I'm trying to do, my blogging is slipping, my writing is totally slipped away. I haven't written anything since the end of NaNoWriMo in November. There's even making time for TV shows that I want to watch is just kind of not happening because I get home and I'm like, oh, I'll just stick on whatever rubbish is happening on TV because I do not have the brain power or the attention span to pay attention to a cool show that I actually do want to watch. So it's all a bit ridiculous. I'm not exercising as much as I would have liked to. My goals from the start of the year have just slipped away. There's no chance to be doing those. So in an attempt to reorganise, I've gone back through my list of goals that I set myself at the beginning of the year, which were fun stuff that I wanted to do and also some things to improve my life. So there was things like floss every day on there, and there was also stuff like I had the very general point of play more, which is great in theory, past Ailsa, but how do you actually put that into practice every week? And then I had other goals on it, like I want to review 52 books this year on my blog. I know I'm behind where I want to be for that. So that means we should be past 25 at this point, and I've maybe done 13 or 14, I can't remember, I will have to check. I was never enamoured by the idea of bullet journaling. I've always been someone who makes to-do lists. At work, I have a really long to-do list and I make daily to-do lists from that as well. Sometimes at weekends, I've made myself lists. And the other thing with bullet journals is it's a to-do list and it's like a star chart idea. Fill in these pretty patterns and that's motivating. And I get that, I do. I just didn't like the concept of calling it a bullet journal and to kind of credit someone with as though they've invented the to-do list and the tick sheet when those concepts have been around for quite a while, really. But anyway, I am going to attempt something along those lines. Let me bring this up to show you. This is what I'm going to have each week now. Some little bullet journal, to-do list, tick chart combination thing. I've been through my list of plans and goals from the beginning of the year and tried to put them in something more manageable and more measurable. So I'm going to run through them quickly with you and then I can talk about how I'm getting on with them. The first one I had was play more and I just left it at that. I've now added to this the fact that I have a book called Tired of London, Tired of Life, which I will try and insert a photo of here. So I now want to do either something from that or I have an English Heritage membership, my boyfriend and I both do, and I want at least once a fortnight to either do something from the Tired of London, Tired of Life book or visit an English Heritage site. My second point was stretch. I'm now saying I want to do that at least 4 times a week for at least 5 minutes at a time. In theory that should be easy enough to do, but I've trialled it this past week and I've done it 3 times, so need to work on that a bit. 3 was floss every day. Haven't done that once this week. Let's work on that bit of hygiene, Ailsa. That's really basic stuff. Exercise. I have always been a fairly active person growing up. I have been a lifeguard at times on and off in the past. And then I moved to London for a publishing job, which is sitting behind a computer 5 days a week with some up and down to pack parcels and things like that. But there is not the level of exercise in my week that I was getting before. And I am kind of starting to notice its effects on my body and my mood and things like that. I'm not setting myself weight loss goals in that kind of way. I just want to get into the habit of exercising more and having a healthier lifestyle in that way. So I want to exercise 3 times a week and it has to be for at least half an hour each time. we shall see how that goes. This is one that I really, really want to get on with. The next things that I'm making trackable goals is write at least 4.5k a week. Again, didn't get on that at all this week. So we'll see how that goes. I've still got today. Maybe I can fit in some this afternoon. Next, write 3 blog posts a week. My aim is for 2 of those to be reviews and 1 to be some other kind of post. Maybe a book haul, maybe cross-posting a video from here to my blog, just something. But again, I did 1 book review this week, and so I need to work on that. Review 52 books a year. If I get my blog posts up to the numbers that I want, then that should be okay. I've got the rest of the year still to get up to that. If I'm reviewing 2 books a week, then I should be all caught up in time, I think. I do have a long list of books that I've read this year that I would like to review and just haven't got around to yet, so it's not a case of needing to read more. It's just getting around to putting my thoughts on those books onto paper afterwards. Next, upload 1 video a week. This is going to be the first one for this week, so hopefully on track, we'll see. I have also been thinking with this channel, when I started vlogging, it was kind of travel vlogs and things because I was busy I was on my study abroad year, and I was making lots of videos about kind of the culture I was experiencing there in the United States and how it compared to being back home, and just little snippets of my daily life and things that I would do there that was obviously not going to be something that I did again once I came back home. So I would like to do more travel vlog type things. I would like to do a little bit more, for lack of a better word, lifestyle posts. I've got a balcony here that we are growing lots of fun plants on. We're getting runner beans off there, we're getting tomatoes off there, and I'd like to be able to talk about stuff like that somewhere. So although the main focus of this channel is still going to be books, there are going to be a few more writing related vlogs come up, and I think a few more travel, adventure, out of the house type videos. So we'll see how it goes. I picture it as maybe being like 1 in 4 videos will be something other than books, and the other 3 will still be book related. Then my next thing that I want to do, which I have talked about on this channel before, is read more classic sci-fi and fantasy books. I have made a video, which I will link to here or in the comments, about some of the books that I own that I consider as classic sci-fi and fantasy that I would like to read, and I still haven't got around to it. So I'm gonna keep pushing to make more of an effort for that. And in fact, what I wanted to do was try making 1 book, if I do a monthly TBR, try and fit in 1 classic SFF book a month into that and see how I get on there. The final point that I had in my goals at the beginning of the year was the amount of books that I own that I haven't read is, I think, a little bit out of control. I wanted to do a thing where I was only allowed to add a book onto my TBR shelf if I could take 2 books off it, as in read them. So I had to read 2 books from it in order to be able to add 1 book on. That has had mixed success. I've read some books from the libraries, kind of getting around that, not on purpose, but I have. I haven't bought so many books, I haven't accepted so many books for review. I've been really strict about when my friends are giving away books. I've been a lot stricter with myself about which ones I will take on. Like, will I really actually read this? Or is it going to sit there for a while? And that has helped cut down the amount of books that I've been bringing in, but there are still an awful lot of them. So what I had been thinking about doing for this was, on the channel Drinking by My Shelf, the host, I think Emma, does a feature called Balancing the Books at the end of the month, where she is trying to take 5 books off her TBR pile each month, I believe. So at the end of the month, she talks up how many books she has brought into the house, how many she has read, and then if she's not come in at 5 under what her starting number was, then she puts out some books. And actually, I think I might have to resort to something like that. I'm going to do a big sift through of my TBR shelves in the next few days and hopefully clear down something like that, and I'll kind of assess the situation and see what's going on. But anyway, those are my new goals and resolutions with this channel and my life and attempts at getting organised. Week 1 with the bullet journal style things, as you can see in here, has had mixed results, considering that this is day 7 of my week. But it's first try, so new habits take a lot of time. I'm still hopeful, and we will see how I go next week. I'll maybe do a little update in a few weeks' time about how I'm getting on with that. I'm also going to talk about it on Twitter a bit, so if you would like to hear more from me, I will put a link to my Twitter just in the video here and in the comments box below. I would love to hear from you if you have a bullet journal at the moment, or some other kind of way of keeping track of your life, your organisation of everything. And let's see how we all get on with this. I will talk to you very soon. Bye!